morning and welcome, Patriot News Hour. Joe and Jason. We have Mike Morris today because it is Crypto Wednesday. Happy Hump Day. We got tons of ground to cover today, but very quickly before we get into the crypto side of things, big developments overnight. Apparently, the war is back on. That Iran is scum. And the United States is going to continue attacks. Right now, the Dow is down 800. The S&P down 63. The NASDAQ, I guess, doing a little better. It's only down a couple hundred points. The 10-year note, here we go, 459. So back up, right near that 460 level. Crude oil up $5 across the board. $75 and change here in the U.S. Brent crude pushing $80. And then, of course, we're watching the Japanese yen struggling here, 162.5, as the strong dollar will rule the day today. Gold is down 60 right now, 40.40. Well, actually, 40.45. 40.45. Silver's down $2, just below $58. But I have a big opportunity. We talked about this a lot yesterday. When I have sellers that want to retail out, you guys are going to be able to pick up things at huge discounts. Today, I have 20$ gold pieces, $3,925. That is, think about spot now, 40.41. So you're talking picking up, at 39 and a quarter. That's $115, $120 under spot for $20 gold pieces. I only have 15 of them. Jump on them. 800-951-0592. And really quickly, I got to mention it. We did get the Fed minutes. Here's a big shocker. No one could really agree what to do. Should we raise rates? Not raise rates. People making the argument, why would, because I guess the big thought is, let's raise rates one time. And the people that don't want to raise, like, what good is that? Why raise, if you're only going to raise them once, why raise them at all? It was a pretty good question. So I don't think any shocker there. The central bank not sure what to do. But again, the big deal here is those $20 gold pieces, almost $120 under spot, 39 and a quarter. Got 15 of them at 800-951-0592. Now, on to the crypto thing. So let's start with Texacoin. A few updates. All of our new containers. The liquid. Because I don't know what else to call it. We'll call it the liquid, the oil. It's in. They are going to be dropping our servers in there over the next 3-4 days. Expect a huge jump in mining capacity and our ability to win Light and Dogecoins awards. And then tomorrow, a big call tomorrow. It's going to be on the new Nectar Pay, one of our utilities that is getting ready to roll out. And we are closing in on getting our licenses, our money handling licenses in all 50 states, which means the green light has been given. We are now actively pursuing downtown digital dollar and fair and festivals. So all of those things coming for Texacoin, the utility side of it, which is, hey, if the price is going to go up, it's got to be utility. Utility is on the way. And then, of course, we have Mike Morris with us today. Mike, really, he's our crypto expert. Jason, he knows quite a bit. I know some stuff. My wife's pretty good at it, but Mike's our expert. He brought Orem to us, and he really is coming up with some really great things for all of you that want to be involved in what's coming next in digital money. Mike is really helping us develop an entire ecosystem to get all of us to be able to operate in this space and simplify it as well. So Mike's got a lot of cool stuff he's working on that's going to make life even easier for those of you that decide that, hey, I'm going to get in to Texas or Risk-It, or I'm going to get into Orem. Mike's got other projects, that are even riskier that can get you even bigger returns. But the big thing is he's going to help bring the easy button to all of us. And I know, Jason, that's one of the things, right? A lot of people like me, hey, yeah, I can send an email and I can do a text and, if you challenged me, maybe I could do a three-way call. But when it comes to wallets and tap pay and this and that, right, we need a little help.
Yeah, I'm not very technologically up to date, and I can learn the stuff. Before Mike brought Texacoin to us in 2025, I was already learning and moving around in the system, and I kind of just walked away from it because I wasn't finding what I liked. And Mike brought something to us that I liked, and then he brought Orem this year, which I really, really like. I was telling Mike, and I think I told Joe this recently, that we started Texacoin at the very beginning of May as far as bringing it to the audience. So the end of October was 6 months. At the end of October, I still liked Texacoin. I was still into it, but there was a few things I just scratched my head about. Well, I'm now more than 6 months into Orem. I have no worries about Orem at all. There's nothing about how Orem is run that makes me worry. And Mike's going to talk a little bit about all of the things we can do around Orem and other things here at we have the big meeting tonight.
800-951-0592, Patriot Radio News Hour. Joe and Jason along with Mike Morris today. Again, $20 gold pieces. This is the best deal we've had yet. You're talking about over $115, $120 below spot on a $20 gold piece. They're $39.25. I've got 15 of them. 800-951-0592. But Mike, lots of signups coming in. Lot of people starting to get familiar with Orem and being able to get set up, the VPN. And I will say this, by and large, most people seem to be having a pretty easy time. There's been a couple of people, we got to hold their hand a little bit, and we do that. But you're finding more and more ways to make it even easier.
Yeah, I mean the process. The more we go through it, the more streamlined it becomes, and it gets easier and easier each time. The folks that are needing a little extra help are generally folks that don't use their devices on a daily basis. But once you can kind of get over that hump, and the one thing I want listeners to understand is that the sign up process is literally the hardest part of Orem, because once you're in Orem, you don't have to repeat a lot of that process. It's just the initial, getting the VPN set up, getting the authenticator set up. But once that's done, then everything is just so smooth from there. And then once you're in Orem, that dashboard that they have built is it's so easy to use. It's so easy to find the information you need. And they literally have things down to like one click of a button. And that's actually something new. They just came today. Wallet Connects will be available this week for XAI. And so what that means, if you're not in Orem, is
I was just gonna say, whoa, XAI. Let's define that.
Yeah, so XAI is the flagship bot for Orem that everybody has to be in. When you join Orem, you have to have a position in XAI. XAI is the bot that has the 1 year lockup period, but it also, it's producing about 18% monthly returns. But in XAI, you can take your profit. And right now, you have many options of what you can do with that daily profit. You can move it over to the Orem credit card. You can reinvest it yourself. You can send it off to your own wallet. You can do whatever you want with it. And generally, when you send that profit off, though, if you're sending it externally, it's up to 72 hours to receive it. Well, Orem is eliminating that if you connect your own third-party wallet. So for those that are doing Nero already, where they have their wallet connected, it's the same process. You would just connect a third-party wallet. It's like 3 clicks and your wallet's connected, and you'll be able to move money inside of XAI with a single click of a button, and it'll be instantaneous transfers as well. So it's Orem. Every day Orem just comes out with something new. They also last week they acquired the Swiss financial company. They haven't named the company yet. There's a big press release coming out, but it was a brick and mortar type financial institution that they've now acquired to bolster their banking side of the house, the neobank portion of it. And today they came out and they said that the RWAs, the real world assets for real estate, for the Bali real estate plans, should be going live within the next couple days as well.
And that's pretty important, I guess, because if there's a Colorado-based bank that opens up to help people get into crypto, well, that's good for Colorado, but usually banks will get branches in other states. So I'm guessing this bank probably has branches in other countries in the EU.
And that's exactly what they were talking about, is that this financial company itself is already set up and already has all of the licensing that's required to operate and move and transfer funds and all those things in Europe. And it also was getting ahead of the curve for the new MiCA regulations that launched in Europe, which is similar to the Clarity Act that's coming here to the U.S., but Orem has pre-positioned themselves now to be fully MiCA compliant. And part of that was the acquisition of this financial institution. The other part is this self-custody and these wallets. And pretty soon the entire ecosystem in Orem will be self-custodial. You will never actually have your crypto 100% out of your control. It will stay within your own personal third-party wallet.
Joe?
And guys, for those of you that are, hey, I'm not quite following what Mike's talking about. These are big things, really, really big things. If you don't have like an independent third-party wallet yet, don't worry. Wait for us. We will be recommending a certain wallet, and that we'll try to train everybody the same on the same wallets. And I know Mike's working on that, and we'll have that probably out next week when we talk about it. We'll probably tell you, hey, if you're going to be looking at a third-party wallet, here's the one that we're going to be focusing in on. And if you need help, hey, if you have this wallet, it'll make all of our lives a lot easier. That way we're all using the same thing. It'll make things a lot easier moving forward. And the cool part is, and again, this is one of the things, and we talked about this, last week, where, Texacoin was behind the curve in being compliant, and now they're playing the game of catch-up. Orem is kind of operating the opposite way. They're like, hey, we've been down this road. Brian Benson knows what requirements are going to need to be, and they're seeing the legislation that is either going to be passed or has gotten passed, and they've moved very quickly to try to position themselves to where they're in compliance with all these new regulations, and that's something you like to see, because, listen, all of this is still risk, right? None of us know what is going to happen in the future, but these are things, when we're looking at risk, this is what we want to see. Are you moving towards compliance? Are you getting your act together? Are you seeing what's coming, and what are you doing to make sure you stay ahead of it? And obviously, Orem's answered the bell to that one for sure, Mike.
Yeah, and when you get on these Orem Zooms and you listen to Brian Benson talk, it's really encouraging to hear, because they have an entire team there, a legal team and a compliance team that's following all of these things and making sure that they're getting in line with everything in it. And then you see the upgrades to the system in real time, and it's just working. And that's one of the things I like about Orem is Orem has that feeling. They have their plan out to 2036. And anybody can come out and say, I got a plan until 2036. Now, whether that plan can be implemented or not, that's really up to that company. But with Orem, I just keep seeing them check the boxes off, right? They said, these are the things we're going to do. checkbox. And when I'm dealing with Orem, and I think Jason's the same way, is I do feel like there's a lot of longevity to this project.
Yeah, I don't really trust crypto fully at all. I'm still a gold guy. So, if you don't hold it, you don't own it. But I when it comes to crypto projects, Mike knows I kind of give like a time frame as to what's the earliest that this thing could just fail. And with what I'm seeing outside of Orem in the crypto space, and in America and how America's dealing with cryptos, and also what the crypto project, in this case Orem, is doing, I think Orem's good for quite a while. And here's the thing: let's just say the date I give that it could possibly just die, right? Oh, hey, we're trying to sell something, so we shouldn't talk about it dying, right? How are you going to sell something when you talk about dying? Well, listen, I didn't think Texacoin would be 10 cents either, but that's what it is. And I feel the strong responsibility to give the best chance of success for anybody listening to us to get into this and be successful. So what does 2 years, which I think Orem's got till the end of 2028 now, what does that buy you? That if you just simply put $1,000 in, or if you put $100,000 into Orem and you just put in the XAI bot and just pull profits every day, no reinvest, nothing else, you just, like Joe did. Joe did this in January. Joe, 6 months in, he's got his money back. Whether it's $100,000 or $100, you will get your money back in about 6 months.
Real quick, Jason. I got my money back and I took it.
Yes.
I want that right. I want that to be clear. It's not sitting in the Orem app, right? No, I took possession of those profits, and that's an important step as well.
It's a huge step, and when we sign people up, there is a sponsor. There is money for sponsorships. To tell you the truth, the way Orem does the sponsorship money, because people say, "Oh no, it's multi-level, it's pyramid." The way Orem has it set up, it's not advantageous permanently, because the people we're signing up, at some point there's a level in which they want to collect the money. We get a daily profit for anybody we sign up in our downline for the initial money you put in, and if you're reinvesting or putting any more money in the future. But let's just say you want to have a $10,000 position you want to pull every day, like Joe did. Well, if you put $5,000 in, whoever signs you up, the upline is going to get a little percentage of that. And then if you set it to reinvest to get you to $10,000, we'll get a daily drip of that. But once you get to $10,000 and you start collecting every day, that's it. Joe and Mike and Jason receive no more compensation, no commissions once you're collecting. And what I'm advising of most of the people that are signing up, now it all depends on your situation. If you're someone that has to come in small but you want to build it big, you're going to have to reinvest. And that's good for everybody that's around signing you up. But my suggestion is, since I'm saying, hey, I'd like to put a date on these where, hey, I have no idea for sure if Orem's going to be solid forever. These things are crypto, and the crypto space, it can show a lot of turbulence. But I believe we have the rest of this year easy locked down, and next year I think we're looking good too. I think we got through the end of 2028. If that's the case, 6 months, you put $100,000 in this thing. In 6 months, you've got your $100,000 still sitting, because your initial principal is locked for 1 year. You can pull your principal in the first year, but you take a penalty. You know that if you pull your principal in the first year, you're taking a 35% penalty. So you're going to leave it in there for a year. You put $100,000 in, and in 6 months you got $100,000. You've been pulling every day. After 6 months, you've pulled $100,000. Your principal's still sitting there. Now you're waiting for your year to unlock your money. You got another 6 months go by. That's another $100,000 you pulled. That's in 1 year. So if we've got 2.5 years, do the math. That's how quickly, if you want to set your position quickly and start pulling the money. I highly suggest for guys that want to put bigger money into this, get your position set as quickly as possible, because Orem, I'm going to say this about Orem. Orem is contagious. It is so well set up to make you really understand the money and the potential of this thing. So you're always wanting to feed the beast. And that's great. The more you feed it, the more it's going to pay you back. But it's not paid back until it pays back, which is why Joe was playing very cautious and wanted to watch this thing. I was a little less cautious, but I did wait a month after I put money in to just start pushing even harder. And I haven't kept track of every dollar coming in because I use a lot of my Tether coin that I get for signups and stuff, so it's hard to keep a record of all the money that I've gained from this. But I'm pretty sure I'm either paid back pretty soon, or I've already paid back, or I'm going to be paid back in a month or two. And I've had to fund several positions because of how Mike and I are setting this up and how we're doing this with Joe. So it's working fantastically.
Well, there's another strategy too in Orem. This is what I do, and I know other folks are doing it. Is you put your large position into XAI, put it on auto reinvest, take advantage of all of that compounding interest, and then go set up a Nero bot where you never lose custody of your crypto. It's yours, right? So
the Nero bot, just to say, you don't have to lock that for a year,
right? There's no lockup period in Nero,
but you can only build your Nero as large as your XAI position set up,
and your Nero pays a higher percentage. So you can put less money into Nero and get a higher return. And you can actually, if you set it up right, you'll get your principal back of your XAI while your XAI is still growing. And so you take your profit off the Nero side.
I'm sure there's a lot of confused people. We'll go back over it, right, Joe?
Yeah, that's a lot. We'll be back. 800-951-0592. Really quickly, Colorado, you guys will have another crypto meeting tonight at the radio station because, like
6 p.m., 6 p.m.
Right? What Mike and Jason were just talking about, you're like, whoa, that's a lot. What? Right? And so good news for Phoenix. So I've talked to Mike, and he has agreed he is going to make a trip down here to the Valley of the Sun. It will be mid-August, sometime mid-August, somewhere, say somewhere between the 10th and the 20th of August. We are going to have Mike come down. We're going to get down and dirty in all the details. If it needs to be 2-3 hours, we're going to spend 2 or 3 hours showing and explaining everything. My suggestion, it's just a suggestion. My suggestion is get in now, get set up, start getting your daily deposits, and then when Mike comes down and we start talking about, hey, here's other things you can do, you'll be ahead of the game, so to speak, and already be like, oh, yeah, I see how this works, got it, right? And others of you, I get it. Hey, I'm going to want to wait, right? I need to see this face-to-face. I want to look Mike in the eye and really make sure I understand what's going on. But sometime mid-August, we are going to have our first Orem meeting down here in Phoenix, and Mike has been gracious enough to come down and help us do that. And one of the things I want to stress about Orem that's unique is it really doesn't benefit me, Mike, Jason, for you to sign up and say, oh, yeah, hey, that's me. It's under me, it's under me, it's under me. We actually don't even put people under us anymore. We're not sponsoring people. What we are doing is, for those of you that sign up now, right, all of a sudden, Mike, Jason, me, we're putting people under you like you've sponsored them. And you brought up, I don't even know who this person is. But now all of a sudden, they put enough people under me, I'm starting to make even more than I was making with the XAI bot that I originally signed up for, and all of a sudden, I got more money coming into my account. And that's kind of the beauty of this thing and why we've been telling you guys, hey, we have these prime spots available. All the big prime spots are gone. We still have a few of these smaller spots, but I want to emphasize this because, Mike, you brought this up earlier. You can start with a small spot and make it a big spot as you go. And all of a sudden, you turned your small spot into a prime big spot.
That's right. And Orem makes it so easy to do that. I mean, you get in, whatever's comfortable to you to get your XAI started. And if you're coming in smaller than in the smaller realm, then I think it's a good thing to put that auto reinvest on, because when you have auto reinvest, as your money comes in, it's automatically going to move you up through those levels. So when you move up into those levels, you get 5% more of profit that you keep, plus another 1.5 on your daily percentage payout. So it's easy to grow.
Let me go basic on that. The first question a lot of people have is, how does Orem make their money? Well, one way they make the money is when you put your money in to be invested in the crypto space, they take that money and they do the trading daily and give you a daily profit. How they make their money and how they pay these commissions that go up is they take a percentage of the daily profit. So at the $100 to $200 level, you keep 60% of your daily profits. Orem keeps 40%. For each level, as Mike was talking about, of a higher position, more than $100 to $250, $250 to $1,000, that's you get to keep 65%. Orem keeps 35%. So each level that you move up, you keep 5% more of your daily profits. When you get to the $50,000 and to $100,000 level, that's the top level. You can't go more than $100,000 of investable money, at least with your first bot. That's 95%. You keep 95% of your daily profit. Orem gets 5%. And just wanted to be very clear because Mike, people are wondering about all of this stuff. There's also percentages made when you do have signups below you. There's also a percentage there as far as getting signups below you. So, but it's very basic. And I'm going to go just one more time before I just unleash Mike on the bigger stuff. It's really about your position. Like Joe's talking about how he's got more money coming in because he's building a downline below him. I'm going to tell you, Mike and Joe and I, we're going to just keep signing people up. As long as people are interested, we're going to keep doing this and keep doing this and keep doing this. But there may be a time where it's going to get harder to get signups. Maybe it'll slow down. And if people get to their positions where they just want to collect their daily profits every day, that partner money will dry up or it'll go very small at some point. So really, it's about building your position and collecting your profit, and as quickly as you can, in my opinion, get your money back and start profiting and start making this thing work for you. Because here's the thing, Mike is much more positive. If this thing goes past 2028, past 2029, past 2030, and just keeps going and growing and getting bigger, straight to their 2036 plan and beyond, you're going to have something sitting there that a lot of people are going to envy. That you got in and got this thing going, because we don't control the crypto space, but we have opportunities available right now, Mike.
Right, and getting in, especially on Joe's leg, right, because Joe's leg is really where we're focusing right now. Getting in on Joe's leg and getting, even though those top $10,000 positions are gone, now we're working on the next level, right? And so a $200 position or a $50,000 position there, we still have to put people under those positions and under those positions and under those positions. So if you have a big position, it's not like, well, all hope's lost, because we still have to put people under you.
There's going to be more prime positions coming as well.
Right. Every time you expand that next layer, then there's more prime positions.
As an example, Mike brought this to us. He signed me up first, and he brought Joe in. So I signed up under Mike. And then Mike, at the time, we were still learning the downlines, how they worked officially. So Joe signed up directly under me. But we knew all three of us were going to have to build a downline, to level up and get a higher percentage of the partner money. So Joe came in slower, wasn't as enthused about pumping a lot of money into this. So we started building my side first. Okay, and I got a couple of guys at the radio. I put Jack as one of my main legs, and then Dylan came in. We also have Dino Costa. He's coming in. He may be one of the things we grow too. He's grown it by himself, by the way. But what happened is that we're building my side. Mike needed to have a third leg because he had this guy Nelson who's got hundreds of signups, which is all underneath Mike. So he built mine, but he's like, okay, well, you get to a certain point, you need a third leg. Now we're pretty far away from Joe's third leg, which means more prime positions will be coming. But before we get to Joe's third leg, we're going to have to rebuild my first position because Mike needs to stay ahead of the growth that Nelson has. This is why you got to put a lot of signups under people.
800-951-0592. Just call that number. You can get going into Orem. You can buy those $20 gold pieces that we have on sale at $39.25. You got spot gold here at $4,040, so way below spot. And again, everything's down big today as the war's back on. But Orem loves volatility. Bitcoin today, right? Bitcoin's taking it on the chin today. It's actually taking it on the chin the last couple of days, right? Got back above 65,000. Now it's down to like 61,000, 60,000. It does up, down. Or is one of those, hey, we just want to see it move. Anything moving, we're going to be able to capitalize on it. But really quickly, I do want to focus in on what does it cost to get into Orem? What's the bottom line? And we know you need a VPN. We have a deal that allows you for $71. It's good for 2 years. So you gotta come up with the $71, and then whatever you decide you want to deposit. From, I think the minimum's $100. I think that's the minimum.
$100.
We should start saying the minimum is $120, just because the $19.99 yearly sign-up fee for Orem, you have to have a $100 sign-up. So you might as well just, the minimum really is
$120.
$119.99.
Right.
On top of that VPN, Joe. Go ahead.
Okay, so there you go. So $120 is the minimum. But whatever you put in, you put in $500. They're going to take out 20, right? You put in 1,000, they're going to take out 20. You put in 10,000, they're going to take out 20. You put in 50,000, they're going to take out 20. But that's it. So you got to pay the 71 if you don't have a VPN plus $20. I mean, that really is the only thing you come up with. And then whatever you decide you want to start your investment with. And like Jason and Mike were saying, don't even worry about, well, how does it, you don't need to, don't worry about it. Just know that if you get in now with us, you're going to be in a really good spot. And you're going to magically wake up one day, and there's going to be people under you that you don't even know who they are, and somehow all of a sudden you got to earn another, an extra percent or an extra 2%, or who knows? Some of you could earn 3 or 4% depending on what your position is.
Well, and I had one person ask me a question, was concerned with one of the last shows we did. He's like, Jason, you said, when I put my $10,000 in, just kiss that money goodbye. I'm going to restate this. I'm going to keep saying it, too. When you put $10,000, let's go with that level. That's a nice, solid level. Now, you don't have to come in. Obviously, you can come in at 100, 200, 300, 1,000, 2,000, whatever. Well, I like the $10,000 level because that's a really strong position. That really shows you a strong return and a meaningful position. You put the $10,000 in. The people that I've put in on these $10,000 positions, they're bringing in about $1,600 a month. I always tell them 15%. Okay, you're going to get $1,500 a month. It's going to be you can spend spendable profit if you want to just not set the reinvest. Okay, now your money is locked for a year. You don't want to take the penalty, so you're going to leave it in there for a year. Well, now you've pulled $20,000 at the end of a year because you're getting $1,500, $1,600 per month. So here comes your year. Okay, all right. Well, your money's unlocked. Are you going to pull the $10,000 that's giving you $1,600 a month? I mean, anybody that understands basic math, no, you're going to keep. I'm a year in. I've pulled $20,000 out of this thing. I got $10,000 principal, which I can pull. Okay, no, you're not going to pull your money because the very next month that's another $1,600, and the next month that's another $1,600. So if Orem has a colossal fail and blows up and is completely destroyed, which is say you're a year and 2 months in, well, you pull $23,000 out of the thing, you lose your $10,000 principal because Orem crashes. You put $10,000 into something, a year and 2 months later you pull $23,000 out of it. How is that a bad thing? How did you come out of that bad? There's nothing bad there. You're not going to pull it. You're not going to know if Orem's ever going to crash in time to pull your money. So you're not going to be able to call that situation. And maybe if you're super lucky, but it's just not going to happen.
Well, and that's one reason I like to call Nero. the insurance policy on Orem, right? Because Nero, which is part of Orem, it's in the ecosystem, it even pays higher than XAI, 32% monthly, is self-custodial. You never lose custody of that crypto. And so there are ways to set this up utilizing that Nero as your insurance policy so that you can get your XAI bot growing on auto reinvest and then taking your profit on the Nero side. And even with a smaller amount in Nero than what you have in XAI, you will get your principal back and then be into the profit side.
I'm heavy into XAI. I really like that the best. Nero does pay a higher percent, so I have a small position in Nero. My Nero position is just a slight amount above 6,000. I mean, I'll tell you, Nero's been really good. The last 4 or 5 days, I'm getting $78 or $79 a day on my Nero. So I don't know what that, Joe, I don't know if you want to do the percent on that. I'm getting $78, $79 a day on 6,000. That's great, man.
I've got 34,000 in Nero right now.
Yeah, I probably should beef up my Nero more, but Mike and I were working on so many things. It's just hard to figure out what you want to do, how you want to do it, when you want to do it. Then we're trying to dig up as much tether as we can to sign people up. It's an exciting situation, Joe, that's happening.
Lots of opportunity, but it all starts with that XAI bot. Yep. We'll be back here. We got one more segment with Mike, and then, of course, we got Crypto Meeting tonight. So even more information coming that way as well. 800-951-0592, Patriot Radio News Hour again. The last of the $20 gold pieces, $39 1/4, well over $100 under the spot price of gold right now. But we've been talking a lot about Orem and the bots. I'm not even in the next bot, the Neuro bot, yet. Right, I'm behind. Right, I'm the guy. I'm
Joe. You're leaving money on the table, buddy.
Right? I'm trailing Mike and Jason and all of this stuff. But here's the good part: by me trailing, it's actually given us better opportunities for the rest of you to get in and do really well. And guys, am I being a little more cautious? Yes, right, I am. Right, I want to make sure everyone does real well. I love Jason's advice. Hey, if you're really smart about this, in 6 months you got your money back. And then after that, however long it goes, and it's all gravy. I do have one of my guys in Nero, and he's been in Nero for at least a month, and he's like, it's incredible, right? I mean, it's incredible what it can do. The thing is, though, you can't get into that one until you get into the XAI bot. And here's the thing: the Nero thing isn't like the XAI bot. As far as building your position, they pay you real good right from the get-go. So there's not a lot of extra juice that you get from that one with sign-ups and things like that, right, Mike?
That's right. And the Nero, they just did a bunch of upgrades in Nero. It's running even smoother than it was over the last, because keep in mind, it was in beta test most of this time. It came out May 1st. It was in beta test. It only went live 2 weeks ago, and they've already done the first round of upgrades to it, and it is working smoother and slicker than it ever has before. The payouts come every night. There is no reinvest option in Nero. You just take your profit every night with a single click of the button sends that profit right to your personal wallet.
And real quick as we're finishing this hour up, the sponsor money that you make. If you have a circle of friends and family that look to you for financial advice, let's say you got 100 people, you developed and built that circle of friends and family that look to you for financial advice. If you get into Orem and decide that this is a good place to put those people, you will reap the benefits of that. What I like about the sponsor program is it's not an unending well of money that just flows up, which a lot of pyramid or Ponzi schemes kind of blow you up. It's well done to reward those that are like Mike and Joe and I that are working hard to put this in front of you so that you can benefit from it. It takes time and effort for Mike to do what Mike's doing, for me to do the part that I'm doing, and then the part that Joe is doing. It takes that. Joe has been on the air for all these years, trying to help people with financial opportunities, mostly through gold and silver, and that position that Joe worked his decades for, he's bringing that to you through Texacoin first, and now through Orem, same as me. That time and effort gets repaid. You don't have to have it. You can just sign up to Orem and enjoy it. And everybody that's signing up to Orem at some point in the far future, as long as Orem is still working, it's mostly your position that's going to be paying you. But Joe, we're here to help ourselves by helping you get into this space, Joe.
What do they say? Help me help you, right?
Yes.
Call us, 800-951-0592.